legends, we are dropping down big time. We are going to analyze the situation here because it ain't looking too great. Fear and greed index is at max pain level, extreme fear. We'll be analyzing the charts right now. This is a very interesting zone without a doubt, but of course the drop is very aggressive. We're going to talk about the levels, the scenarios, what we mentioned today, most importantly, what we've been mentioning yesterday, what we have been mentioning yesterday, today, the scenarios, and of course, what can we expect next? Of course, it is Friday today. We're having a sell-off, of Friday sell-off. The news today was bullish. We did have the unemployment rate slightly lower than expected, obviously just 0.1% less, not much of a deal, but we did get a bullish reaction and the price of Bitcoin and stocks did get a little pump, but it smacked back down, guys. We'll be going through the scenarios, the education, you know, where did we get resistance, where did we bounce, where you could have entered a trade, and what are the next levels, of course, what are the next scenarios. This is what we do on the live streams, guys, so make sure to stay tuned. Smash up the like button, guys, on your way in. All right, smash it up right away if you do enjoy the content, guys, because we just go through the pure technical analysis, the pure levels, risk management, where you can get into position, where you can place your stop loss, basically how you want to plan your trades. This is what we do here, guys. As you know, you've seen it, you know it. If you are a long-term follower, we talk about several different scenarios like this one yesterday, looking for the move up to this level. We had the move up, looking for the rejection at this level. We got the rejection back down with a strong move down. Today we talked about some levels to get a reaction. The bullish case scenario in the short term. We need to talk about this, guys. Level to level trading. This happened exactly. Of course, we did not manage to break that previous day point of control. This is exactly where we rejected, but overall it was a target zone. If you got in an aggressive long, of course, this pump happened because of the news. All right, very difficult, but we did get a quick movement down exactly to the daily open and previous day value area low. You need to be an absolute sniper in front of the chart to exactly get into this trading setup, guys. This happened to perfection. However, it happened with the news. I don't like trading with the news. Of course, this happened very, very fast, but it got the pump, it got the breakout. It retraced in a minute to the exact daily open, and it got the pump all the way up to 57,000, where we do have that point of control from yesterday and the highs. Okay, we'll go through this in detail, guys. It's important so you understand what we do draw on the chart is not only Picasso drawing, it is technical moves, technical levels that are respected on the chart. And if you are in front of the chart and you analyze very carefully those scenarios, you can get into a trade setup, right? A successful trading setup. We need to go through this, guys. We talk about what happened yesterday, what happened today on the update. Every time, regardless, it is wrong or it is right, okay? Regardless if it's stop loss, if it's profit or not, guys. Super important, right? We don't just randomly talk about different things every day and forget what we mentioned yesterday on the video update. It is important to understand based on education. Hey, I was wrong about this. I was right about this. And just go through it, right? We need to go through the scenarios. Now, this is an interesting zone without a doubt. I would love to see a little bit of a reaction, a bit of sideways momentum. We're just in a falling knife at the moment. We did get the quick bounce of a few $100, guys. This was a risky, aggressive, long scalp if you wanted to get in. It did get the bounce of over $400, all right, but it was very, very fast. It was fast. You can see that pivot low right over here, and when we zoom in to the lower time frames, the reaction was there. It was an insane aggressive scalp. As soon as you touch that level, if you want to get into a long position, of course the bounce is of a few $100. You get the bounce, you get the movement down, you get above it, then you rise. You need to understand that you're very much downtrending. Any technical levels for a long trade in a downtrend, they have to be scalped. They have to be in and out, guys. Defensive, make a 2-to-1 risk to reward, be happy with that. We ain't looking for any type of swing long positions just yet at this range. So important to talk about today's scenarios, guys. We'll be going through the, I'm going to leave this chilling. I do like the formation. The formation is looking relatively nice, okay, to start wicking down the lows and getting some sideways momentum. But overall, we'll talk about the levels and the scenarios and the possibilities using Fibonacci, harmonics, Elliott wave theory to understand what projections can happen, where the levels could get resistance and get a continuation to the downside. Of course, this is very much a waterfall right now, starting to lose a bit of momentum. Okay, but overall, we'll be talking about the big levels of resistance and also levels of support. I do like this range, to be honest, and it is relatively simple to understand why this zone on the higher time frames is a pretty interesting zone where we should be getting a bit of volatility and maintaining that range. It is basically at the back test of those lows from July, not quite hitting the lows at 53,200, but over this range we could expect the price to maintain a little bit of support in the next coming days. Of course, we're coming into the weekend, so I would expect this range to actually hold unless we get the ultimate sell-off today, Friday, before we get the stock market close and it just continues to sell off, right? Because we do have a big sell-off, obviously, after the news. We got the news pump and then smack back down, okay, getting Bitcoin also to lower levels. But it's important to understand, all right, because I get a lot of people, there's no longing this Ponzi, short the Ponzi always. As a trader, you need to take a look at short positions and long positions, right? As a day trader and a scalper, just like the live streams that we talked about yesterday. Look, the bounce to here, so you could long here, you could take profit here, we could get back into the short here. So you need to take a look at level to level those opportunities. Obviously, shorts being in your advantage as the trend is very much to the downside. So let's go right away through putting a bit of drum and bass background music, and we'll go right away through the comment section, guys. We need to talk about today as well, okay? Because there's a lot of people that hate that, they hate on the scenario of me talking about a possible small bump and run pattern that could get the breakout and hit certain levels and hit the target zone. You cannot deny that this did not happen, because it did, right? It's we claimed the lows, and in today's video I was saying, look, there's finished business here. So Bitcoin does have, if we didn't claim this low over here, then obviously all of this is more bearish, right? You want to look for those lows to be claimed, but once those lows are claimed, you can get a larger relief rally, and it's super important to understand. We had a little bit of a bump and run pattern phase here. That's what we talked in today's video update, right? And it's technical. It's in your target zones are mentioned in detail. If you are getting into any long positions at any breakout or any levels of support here, and you do not take profit exactly where you need to take those profits, then obviously you will not profit, right? The price will come straight to your entry point, right? So what happened right over here? Let me go in detail and get the levels that were mentioned today, guys. It's super important to understand what we mentioned, because it was extremely technical. It was very, very technical. So we have previous day point of control right over here where we have these highs, right? And right over here. In today's video update, we mentioned the possible reversal. Yes, this was a target 2 zone, the previous day value area high. I did say that, hey, this could be a target zone if we successfully break out. We were very choppy. This could have been a second target zone. As mentioned in today's video update, anybody that did not watch that, guys, I only provide the pure technical analysis and different possibilities that could happen. Now, you might have thought it's there's no way this happened with the news. Of course, the good news did manage to bring that power to the upside, but this was the scenario today, right? Bump and run pattern, break above, daily open and previous day value area low and look for the rise to claim the highs from yesterday, right? It's simple. The retracement happened in a minute, okay? It happened very, very fast. So let's talk about that right away. Anybody that is not aware of a bump and run scenario, it's basically when you have a major sell-off, you have a bump phase, right? You have a big sell-off that we had this morning. After a small little downtrend, you get a bump phase, you get a liquidation event, which usually kind of finds a little bit of, it grounds off, it finds a bit of a bottom formation, and then obviously breaks out, right? So this was the scenario that we mentioned today. This was the target zone of the highs, right? This was the target zone. Let's just zoom in here on the lower time frames and analyze very carefully on the lower time frames what actually happened. Now, this happened with the news event, right? It did happen with the news event. You can see here the downtrend. You can see the bump phase. You're scaling up to that level. You get the first resistance at the daily open and the previous day value area low. It did not break out instantly. So you were getting that resistance and that choppiness at the lower high resistance trend line. And then suddenly the news came out. You got a gigantic pump, and where it rejected was exactly at the previous day point of control. Now this got a major move to the downside, back down to the previous day value area low and these resistance highs. You can see the breakout and the big retracement in less than 1 minute, all the way down to that level. Without a doubt, it's an aggressive long, I have to say. When you're trading news, it could end up in a pump and then a massive dump. It could dump and then pump. So preferably, news related. I try to stay away most of the times, the first 30 minutes to 1 hour when the news has just come out, because it's a volatility fest and you cannot really trust very much the news events, right? It's a fake pump, and then it falls down. It's a fake drop and then it pumps. So when you do analyze this situation, the breakout happened very aggressively and it retraced to that level, and it did get the continuation in the end to claim those highs. So it didn't happen, I would say, exactly as we mentioned. Of course, I wish I could give you the exact movements, exactly if it's going to happen on the 1 minute, it's going to be a fast pump, retrace down to the exact level, and then get the rise to claim those highs. I wish I could do that, guys, but it's giving you projections, it's giving you ideas, a short-term sign of strength, and where you would be targeting, basically, right? Where you would be, targeting first of all this level, and then obviously targeting the previous day value area high, which did not end up breaking out the previous day point of control. We just claimed yesterday's highs, and it got the movement to the downside, which was, it's still an acceptable short trade without a doubt. Very, very choppy, not easy at all, right? It's got wick, popping up here, and then big major fall. So overall, this scenario was basically looking for the breakout and looking for the target zone here. If we successfully break out, you have a little bit open of that position. You could take some more profits at the previous day value area high. If you were to get that breakout. Very aggressive double bottom happening at the moment. Very aggressive double bottom. This is rounding off a little bit, okay? These levels right now, this is a scenario that I wanted to talk about on the stream, but it's still relatively aggressive in my opinion. Still relatively aggressive. You don't want to get into any double bottoms in a major downtrend, right? In a major sell-off, because basically it's just not going to work. It's definitely not going to work on a major sell-off. When you're rounding off a little bit, you could definitely speculate on this possible double bottom right over here. Still quite aggressive. Market is selling off quite strongly, even though it is rounding off a little bit. So you do see a little bit of the rounding formation when you do take a look at the chart, right? So you do see the aggressive move down. It is rounding off a little bit from the major waterfall. Still quite aggressive, but it is slowly losing the momentum. But yeah, overall it's too soon in my opinion. With stock market, and this is a zone that I'm interested in a swing long, but for the moment we just moved down very aggressively. I would rather prefer to see a little bit of choppiness, sideways momentum for a couple of days for any type of swing long positions. We're just coming down very aggressive. So the best thing that you can do is sit on your hands till you see something clear, right? Because this could break down to 49k, by tonight. Maybe the sell-off continues. So I would rather see a little bit of proof of support. And by proof of support, you like to see the price actually finding support, sideways momentum from a back test, right? From a back test of a level, you want to see a little bit of sideways momentum. So I'm really not in a rush to speculate on a long position right now, even though I'm very much aware that that bounce could happen. We could get that significant bounce. So what I would want to see, what do you think about the diamond pattern, right? This is the thing, right? Something that we talked about through the last video updates is the diamond pattern. Are we still looking at this possible scenario in the next coming weeks? Let me know in the comment section. Will we get a diamond reversal pattern on the higher time frames? Of course, this could take weeks. Okay, we could consolidate here, move lower, consolidate, get a bounce, then move back down, okay, in the next couple of weeks and then break out. Let me know. It will go to zero soon. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun talking about possible bullish reversals on higher time frame, right? When the price of Bitcoin is just bleeding throughout the last several days, right? It's not fun, right? It's like, but we got to say it's a possibility. We got the lows from July. This is a zone where we could be, bouncing off here for the next coming days. That's what I would want to see to believe that we are going to get a reversal, right? We ain't going to get a V-shaped recovery here. That ain't going to happen, right? So you need to think about if you are looking for a swing short long position, right? Obviously swing short positions from here would not make any sense. You would want to get in higher levels, right? We've already got the drop. So if I'm looking for a swing long position, I need to see proof of support, a range formation for the next coming days, and say, right, okay, the selling pressure is not continuing. Now I can speculate that, yeah, we could get a nice bounce in the next coming days after getting that range formation, right? Proof of support. But right now, for a swing long, yeah, not at the moment. No thanks. Not at the moment. This is very much moving down very aggressively. So recovery soon we have. I'm going to ask that, is this diamond pattern possible, guys? Let me know right away. Will we see a diamond bottom reversal pattern happening in the next coming days, right? Or couple of weeks? Will diamond bottom pattern happen, right? Will diamond bottom pattern happen for Bitcoin? Let me know right away, guys. What do you think? Is this possible? Is it going to happen? Will diamond bottom pattern happen for Bitcoin? Yes or no? It's going to go to 49k. Obviously, this would be the invalidation of the pattern, right? Because you don't know where that higher low can be, right? It could drop down to $52,000 and still very much be a reversal scenario. What do you think? Anybody that is not aware of a diamond bottom pattern, you do have a very aggressive move in the center of the pattern where you have the highest volume move, and then you form this kind of diamond pattern, right? It's not really a tradable pattern in my opinion. You could use it as it might have a reversal. It's an indecision zone that's happened for the last few weeks, and what you have is higher highs, lower lows, lower highs, and higher lows, right? Forming this kind of formation here. Let me know what you think on the poll. I want to see the votes right away. We should be having over 100 votes. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, it's not going to happen. 53% of people say yes. 48% of people, we got a fight in between bullish people and bearish people. This is very interesting, guys. We have a very mixed sentiment. I would say that more people are bearish. Of course, the crypto bros always have to be bullish. They're always bullish, right? We got crypto bros throughout YouTube and Twitter that are always bullish. You either have influencers that are only bullish or only bearish. Then you have, you know, people that actually do proper technical analysis that talk about both scenarios. So 53% of people say yes. I mean, I would say if there's more people saying yes that we are going to get a reversal, then I would have to say that we are going to lower levels, right? If we saw 75% of the people on the poll saying, all right, no, it's not going to happen. A lot of people bearish, right? If we saw 75% of people saying that no, that the pattern is not going to happen, we're going lower, then I would say, okay, guys, we're probably very close to a higher time frame bottom and that we are going to get a bounce. But there is still a significant amount of people that are bullish, that are still bullish, and that means only one thing, right? When we take a look at the psychology point of view from trading, which is, you know, you need to go against the herd, right? When most of the people are bullish on something, then it's time to go lower. When most of the people are bearish, then obviously we would look for a bottom formation very soon. So a little bit skeptical on the poll right there. Not too exciting to see 54% of people saying that the diamond bottom pattern will complete in the next coming days, not managing to get to $49,000, and we could bottom out here at the low 50k zone and then get the breakout in the next coming weeks. For the moment, September continues just like we have done throughout the last decade. We do see September being red. Come on, it is a tradition. We need to keep September red, right? Most Septembers for Bitcoin have been red, guys. So yeah, we need to follow the tradition here. September is not the greatest month for stocks either. But I have another poll here in the next coming minutes that obviously September, yes, we continue to be red. Will October be October though? Will October, it's a tradition for Bitcoin that October is one of the most bullish months throughout the last decade. And I want to know from the community, will we follow what has happened throughout the last decade on Bitcoin? Or it's over, guys. Recession, depression is officially here. It's similar to the crack of 1929. 1929 being very bad for the US worldwide. And we're going to get a devastating depression for a few years, guys. It ain't going to be easy to recover. And the top is in for Bitcoin. 49k next, says 𝗕𝗵𝗆𝗫. It's over. It's over, 𝗕𝗵𝗵𝗫. It's over, guys. Yes, I mean, it is good. We have a very Bulltober. Yeah, that's another poll that I want to ask, guys. I'm going to keep it community. Today we just talked about the quick little reaction levels. I gotta say, this did get a small reaction. Was very much aware and saying, guys, if any longs are taken here, take them as a scalp. Get in and get the heck out as soon as it pumps a few $100s. Get out, because it is a technical level, guys. You can trade it. You can trade it. The question is, most of the people are looking for swing trade setups, okay? But as a scalper, we talk about very internal levels and how you can trade it. And this did get a small bounce reaction. And just by bouncing a few $100s, it bounced $400. You can make some quick gains if you are responsible, if you get in and if you get out. And of course, we had the other scenario mentioned in today's video update, which was, you know, I have to say it played out, but it played out with the news. So, it, you know, The bump and run did play out, guys. The bump and run target zone is the top of the downtrend, right? The top of the major downtrend. You got the bump phase, liquidity, boop, 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 bang, back to the highs. Any aggressive longers did manage to make profit here. If you did listen on today's video update. So let's go through the comment section. Gonna keep it chilled, guys. We do have to say, guys, if you did get into this double bottom, I would consider taking profits, be aggressive. We do not know if this is rounding off and it is going to get a relief rally. If you're scalping this, get the heck out, guys. Get your profits, get out of the market. Shorting right now, yeah, you could short the lower highs. There's really not much to say here regarding levels. It's just got the drop into the zone here, and it's very much continuing to downtrend. So you know the deal. For anybody, just keeping it relatively simple. Short the lower highs and long the double bottom right now. I mean, obviously when you're looking at double bottoms, right, locally, you do not want to get into the lows here when you're downtrending, right? You're much better, well off, continuing the trend. Look for the shorts on the bouncers. This is no double bottom range. Forget about longing anything here when you're downtrending so aggressively. When you start rounding off, then yeah, you could speculate on double bottoms without a doubt, okay? You can speculate on scalp double bottoms when the price action is rounding off slightly. Here you do nothing. Here for longs, forget about longs here. You do not want to long any of this drop. When you round off, yeah, you can start thinking, okay, the price, the momentum is losing a bit of steam. Get into a bounce of a few $100s, be happy with that. Just be very responsible for any scalp longs that you want to take here, guys, because this is moving down very aggressively. You better well set off here by taking some shorts. But even though, yeah, right now with this wick here to the downside and this move, I would be very much skeptical in getting into a short right now. Why? Because lows have been claimed, right? When you form a low right there, you wick and you bounce, you want that low to be claimed, right? That is your target zone for any scalp shorts that you want to look for, right? So if you form a low, you get a pretty nice relief rally, and you are forming bearish CVD divergence. It would ideally, right? Yeah, we didn't form any bearish divergence here locally. You are forming some bearish divergence right now, but the low has been claimed. So the thing is, if the low has not been claimed, then obviously, yeah, you want to look for shorts on the bouncers on this downtrend. Once the low is claimed, would be a little bit skeptical. We could be getting a larger relief rally because the low has been claimed, right? If you're scalping, the low is your target. If the low has been claimed from a major, with an internal double bottom, shorting right now here is not the greatest thing. So based on stop loss, right, you're going to put your stop loss at this high or at this high, and then you get the larger relief pump. So low has been claimed. Would not be interested in a short, even though if it does come down back to the lows. And obviously this one was the only acceptable scalp because of the price action, right? Price action is looking pretty nice. You understand the price action, how it is starting to round off, right? It is starting to round off, meaning that the price could start double bottoming here when you're not in an aggressive waterfall, right? The waterfall is starting to lose the momentum. So you're very much aware of, okay, now I can speculate on a, local double bottom for a scalp, because you can understand that the price action is losing the power, the momentum, the strong momentum that it had today. It is losing it. So without a doubt, yeah, I would say that this was an acceptable, aggressive scalp long position. Anyway, let's go right away through the comment section, right? I'm really chilled. I've been out. I've been through different moles here. in Dubai, just chilling Friday evening. 8K, good support. That's a good one. $8,000 is good support. Yeah, absolutely epic. It's over, boys. LA Meth is saying that it is over. Andy, do you prefer to only use spot, or will you use leverage sometimes? Yeah, for scalping and day trading, without a doubt, leverage. Yeah, without a doubt. Portfolio is looking like crap, guys. Altcoin portfolio is down just about $20,000. Altcoin portfolio is looking not too good. Not too good. Just in the last 48 hours, altcoin portfolio is looking devastating. After all the dips, I ran out of gas to like. I'm screwed. Should I start DCA? It's always good to DCA Bitcoin if you are below all-time high. Just be ready to sell some of that Bitcoin when you hit all-time high, right? All-time high is always a good zone to think about taking some profits. Of course, we have much ambitious targets that we have from all of these big influencers out there, big institutions. Bitcoin could go to 500,000. Bitcoin could go to 1 million. Bitcoin, it will get there eventually at some point in the future, but it ain't going to happen this year, right? It ain't going to happen next week. So all of this long-term targets, they are realistic, but not for now, right? It's like many years down the road. Bitcoin, could it go to 500,000? Absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. I believe so. So DCAing into Bitcoin is always good when it dips. We might go to 40K, we might go to 30K. So this is why it's important. If we dip below $49,000, I am going to start buying Bitcoin. I will start DCAing again. Rinse and repeat. So don't want to buy anymore at these levels. I'm very much aware of the price dropping to lower levels. I've been buying throughout the last few years. I've got enough Bitcoin. I'm not going to buy any here. I prefer having cash on the sidelines because we never know what could happen in the next coming months, guys. We have a lot of uncertainty. We do not know how bad the SHIT could hit the fan, right? And yeah, basically, we want to have cash on the sidelines, guys. I'm very much aware that it could not be looking good, guys. Got to be honest, right? We just need to be aware of the current situation with the economy, the US, and shit could hit the fan, right? As they say. Andy, why does it have bullish CVD on the 4 hourly? Well, yeah, you could have higher time frame bullish CVD divergence on the 4 hourly. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, without a doubt, we've got bullish higher time frame CVD divergence. I gotta say, maybe these lows from July could maintain as support. Without a doubt, guys. Like I said, if we start ranging and finding some support, without a doubt, we could get a little bit of a reversal. But regarding Elliott wave theory and regarding harmonic pattern, we talked about a harmonic pattern here about a week ago, right? About a week ago on a live stream, we mentioned this harmonic pattern that 2 targets have been hit already, right? You got the bearish Gartley harmonic pattern right over here, playing out pretty nicely. I gotta say, we were just about 0.2% off in hitting exactly the 7/8 Fibonacci, but it looked quite symmetrical. It looked very symmetrical. Anybody not aware of a Gartley pattern? It is a harmonic technical pattern based on Fibonacci levels, and this is something that we mentioned last week as we were hitting the zone. Was very much interested in this short, and I missed out on this short position. We talked about the Bart-Simpson, right? We got the Bart-Simpson right over here. We're very much aware of the big retracement that could happen at this zone. I was looking for the double top, but this happened very late in the night, early morning, where we got that wick, and on most of the exchanges this did create that double top. And talking about, guys, this could be a swing short position. This is a swing short position zone Because if we do not find support forming a higher low here, then yeah, if we start breaking down, then we're looking for lower levels eventually. This was a swing short zone idea that was mentioned, yeah, basically the last week of August on the live streams here, talking about the harmonic and saying, look, this is a swing short zone, and this could actually bring the price to lower levels. Of course, we talk about day trading setups, right, as mentioned on the previous live stream from yesterday, right, looking for internal bounces, low levels of resistance. The scenario today, these are day trades. These, you know, if you're looking for a long reversal based on this bump and run, your target zone is here. You hit the highs here, you get out, and you start thinking on the possibility of this might be a good shorting level, because it is the previous day point of control. It is resistance, right? So we look at internal day trade setups most of the times, right? But when there is a swing long zone, we talk about it, right? We say, hey, this harmonic that was mentioned 2 weeks ago, this is an area where it could be a swing short, guys. You want to maintain that trade open for a couple of weeks potentially, at least some of the position, right? Obviously, eventually taking some profits at target zones from the harmonic, which is the 618 from the C to the D point, right? You want to take some profits. You're getting a reaction, you're getting choppiness. If you shorted from here, from this area, you eventually want to take some profits when the price reacts on the higher time frame. But you could leave some open without a doubt, because the target zone, the ultimate target zone of the harmonic, that does not have to be hit. You could hit the 618 and then get the bounce. Nevertheless, it has played out, okay? The harmonic, the first target zone is the 618 from C to D. But the ultimate take profit 3 is the A wave, right? So you want, you know, you could have some of that position open, and for the moment it does look pretty good. We usually talk about day trading scalping setups on our video updates and live streams, but now I have to say I'm going to give it a little bit of I'm going to give it a bit of patience here for the price to develop, to believe that we are holding this level. Okay, we are forming bullish CVD divergence on the higher time frame, but the most important CVDs, guys, are the ones that are forming here to the right. If we continue to see higher highs internally and lower highs on the price action, well, eventually the local bearish CVD divergence are going to push the price to lower levels, despite that we do have higher time frame bullish CVDs, right? The ones playing internally here in the day have higher probability in playing out. Obviously, they're the ones that are going to push the price down. So if you do create internal higher highs on the CVD and lower highs on the price action is just going to continue dropping. This is why I prefer day trading to swing trading. A lot of people say that swing trading is easier, but for me, looking for internal day trading setups is more where I can defend myself much better, because I need to pay attention on what is happening today, right? I could give you a random prediction. This is why you have many influencers, like just talking about higher time frame, right? We're in the price needs to reverse. We're in a bull flag, right? We're in a higher time frame bull flag right here. And yeah, this is going to reverse at some point, guys. Hold on tight. And then the price, you know, maybe drops down. It's like, oh, I thought this bull flag was going to play out. Well, it all depends on what happens today and what happens tomorrow, right? This is why I pay more. I zoom out eventually to pay attention on what is happening on the higher time frame. This is why I am still bullish on the higher time frame. I do believe that even though if we do claim 49k, I'm going to say, hey, you know, we're still very much in higher time frame uptrend momentum, but I focus more internally on what is happening today, right? What is happening today? What are the levels? What are the scenarios that could play out? What are the levels that could break and see a sign of strength to get to certain levels, such as this internal bump and run? This is a mini bump and run formed in the day. This is a bump and run that formed today. So I like to analyze internally, and it's more skillful. I gotta say, guys, you need to be on the charts 24/7 to come up with these Picasso ideas on the chart, right? Because which are very, very technical. You need to put the hours, you need to be behind, you need to understand what are the different scenarios and bouncing levels and rejection levels that are in the chart regarding Elliott wave theory, levels of, point of controls, analyzing the waves and the timing and what has to happen. So it obviously requires a lot of time, and you always need to have the bullish and the bearish case scenario, right? I have a lot of people always in the comment section saying just very, very bullish or very, very bearish, right, internally. And without a doubt, when we're downtrending, yeah, being bear it makes sense, right? You want to be a bear here for the moment. But this is a zone that I really like, guys. I do believe, just looking at the technicals, that this is a zone that could very likely maintain as support regarding higher time frame levels of confluence. You have this diamond pattern, right, that we're going to get off the chart. I'm not a huge fan of diamond patterns. I think this could be very, very, very much broken, but it's an idea. It's an idea diamond bottom pattern. You are coming from a downtrend throughout the last few months, so it's a bottom formation. If it were to be on the top here that you have the diamond pattern, then after coming from an uptrend, then it's a topping pattern, right? In this case, it is from a multi-monthly downtrend, very, very slow downtrend, but overall it's coming from a downtrend. So obviously we're looking at the back test. We're looking at the next coming days to the July lows to actually provide that reaction and support and sideways momentum to even believe that, guys, we're finding support. This could start looking pretty good for a swing long, idea, right? And this swing long idea would eventually be to come all the way up to $70,000 plus, right? Because if you are analyzing the diamond pattern, right, if this were to play out and we are going to get that bounce, then you are risking very small amounts. You're using very low leverage. You're having a stop loss that's relatively far away, basically at the lows, but you are targeting the highs for the next coming weeks, potentially for October, right? Potentially for next month. So it's going to be a long, boring, swing long idea, right? And we mainly talk about day trading and scalping setups throughout the video updates and live streams. But it is Friday. We just come down very aggressively to this low. There was that long little scalp double bottom here that you could have attempted, and I like to explain why, shorting here the lower high right now does not make too much sense based on the round formation price action. And you're basically wicking down below from this low. This is a moment that you can speculate on a double bottom based on the round formation, right? Keeping explanations very, very simple. And why this lower high was not that good to short is because the low has been claimed, right? Same idea that we did have today on today's video update. Why do I not like these bounces for a short position? And I'm very much aware of a bump and run reversal, because the low from Wednesday has been claimed. If all of these bounces, yeah, without a doubt, you can consider some shorts saying, okay, we need to tackle the Wednesday lows. But when the Wednesday lows have been hit, you can obviously expect a relief rally of a few $1,000s on a higher time frame because that Wednesday low has been hit. So I would speculate that a lot of people were shorting here, these bounces, these dead cat bounces, and just got quickly exterminated before the price action went to the downside, not understanding that you've claimed a major low here for a liquidity grab already. You need to get people excited first of all before going to lower levels, right? So yeah, just a brief explanation, guys, on a little bit of knowledge. A little bit of knowledge is always good. Touch on liquidity, please. Touch on liquidity. Let's go and take a look at liquidity, guys. First of all, let's go through the exchanges. Guys, we know that there is a great bonus on Bybit. You do have a long short position, free position, $500 of a position, guys, that is for free. It's an airdrop position. You have it to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Pepe, This is for free, guys. You get a free position once you sign up with the link in the description. So why not claim that free position on Bybit, guys? Check it out. It is the first link. And I know a lot of people cannot trade on Bybit based on restrictions or KYC, whatever. You have Bluffing that gives you 10% cash back, okay, with the affiliate link down below. 10% cash back, guys, that you can claim right away once you deposit. Once you deposit, you'll be getting 10% of your initial deposit, so you can use for your trading as well. So let's take a look at the liquidity, okay? I would want to take a look at the poll again here, guys. We've got over 600 votes. I'm not sure how many likes we do have, guys, but if you could just wait a second, gently tap that like button for the algorithm, support the channel, because we talk just technical analysis, and apart from a lot of talking, I usually haven't been talking too much with the comment section these last few live streams. So today it is more comment section, but we go through technical analysis. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We do talk about different scenarios, internal setups, okay? People can confuse these internal setups with swing positions where we could bounce a few $100s, right? Keep it scalping, keep it as a scalping trading, right, strategy. A lot of people confuse, right? A lot of people think higher time frame. This is where we're going to bounce. Yeah, we bounced a few $100s. You can get in, you can get out. A lot of people get confused with higher time frame scenarios. But today, like this, you know, hey, reversal if this happens. What if we break out from the daily open and value low, reversal to these certain technical levels, right? It's extremely important to understand the explanations of the entire video, right? Because then a lot of people come take a look at 2 minutes of the video, you know, what a bunch of rubbish. Well, you know, we back up the bunch of rubbish, right? Going through of exactly what has happened. Anyway, likes are at 243. We can do much better than that. I'm sure we can. I'm sure that we can all stop together right now with over 700 people. Scroll down and destroy the like button, guys. And if not, well, you know, I did try. Let's go right away through. A little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. Okay, let's take a look at liquidity right away. Liquidity heat map. We've been sweeping up quite significant amounts of liquidity throughout the last couple of days. There has been billions of dollars. There has been an issue. We have been people longing and trying to catch the bottom. Unless you're a scalper and you get in and you get out, the people that are looking for swing longs right now, they're throughout the last few days are very much underwater, and they are believing. You're starting to believe that this is going to bottom out. You're starting to believe that in your mind that we are going to form a diamond pattern. You're starting to believe that the price needs to get a bounce to save my position that is underwater. If you are, you know, obviously thinking in that swing long. But now is the moment that you could get that good chance, guys. I am really going to remain patient for this zone to get a consolidation bounce, right? Start getting some choppiness in this range. Analyze very carefully internal technical analysis on the lower time frames, and obviously providing you with that update in the next coming days regarding what scenarios could happen, right? Just like every day, guys, every single day is what you get, guys. Previous live stream, very technical movements happening, coming into fruition. Today's video update as well, we did get that scenario to the upside. Looking at the your analysis on point. It is on point. 𝗕𝗏𝘆, thank you very much, my man. Go and check out 𝗕𝗏𝘆 as well. He provides daily technical analysis. He is a coach in the Legends trading community as well, providing daily alpha knowledge and pure technical analysis and possible scenarios on the price of Bitcoin and some altcoins, guys. Go and check out 𝗕𝗏𝘆. He is here right now in the comment section. You can tap right away on his YouTube channel. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let's go, 𝗕𝗏𝘆. I'm gonna pin your YouTube channel. Pin your YouTube channel in the comments section, guys, so you can go and check him out. Right there, you have it. 𝗕𝗏𝘆 Trading. You have him right now in the pinned comment, guys. Go and check out his YouTube channel. He provides insane alpha every single day. I'm unable to join the Discord. Why are you unable to join the Discord? It's very simple steps. Okay, you just need to go to the first link. We have the free Discord down below where we have a lot of people talking about different setup scenarios, technical analysis, guys. It's really cool to be surrounded with like-minded people that are very much thriving in technical analysis and trading. So you want to do that with the link down below. It's very simple. You just go to the website and you join the Discord throughout the website. Subscribe, Patman, my brother. Let's go comment section, guys. Today is comment section. We're getting the Friday dip. We're finding a little bit of a local double bottom. Yeah, very, very simple to understand the round formation. That's the moment where you want to start speculating on a potential relief rally of a few $100s. Even though if you did get into that scalp long, guys, I would say take some profit. Get the heck out. You know, regardless, this bounce could lose steam and come back down to the lows, right? Longs need to be very aggressive, guys. Very aggressive with taking profits and being defensive eventually. Let's go right away through the poll. Where's the poll? The poll finished. Where's the poll? Oh, I don't. How did the poll end? We got over almost 700 votes, and the question was, will the diamond bottom pattern happen for Bitcoin? 55% of people say yes, that we will manage with this diamond bottom. It's still quite a lot of people that are bullish, guys. I would rather see 70% of people say, no, it's not going to happen. We're going to 49K. If we would have had 70% of people saying that the diamond pattern is not going to happen, we are not going to get supported from this back test from the low of July in the next coming days. If we had 70% of people saying, no, it's not going to happen, we're going to 49K, then I would say, guys, we're very likely going to bottom here. There's too many people very bearish at this point, but there's still a significant amount of people believing that the diamond bottom pattern is going to happen, that we are going to find support here at the low 50K zone in the next coming days, and we will manage to reverse successfully. So that is making me a little bit skeptical. That, you know, I'm thinking about the price could go to lower levels. Let's start off another poll, guys. I had a question on a poll that I don't remember now. I do not remember. What question was it, guys? I wanted to ask another poll. 55% of people are wrong. It will go to zero soon. Hey, come on. Don't say it will go to zero. It will only go to zero once quantum computers are controlled by evil people and they're going to start cracking the codes in digital banks, Bitcoin, crypto, everything, and the world will go to a devastating situation if we get those quantum computers on the wrong hands, right? So then I would say, okay, maybe the Bitcoin network will be cracked down because of quantum computers, right? Then I would say, okay, yeah, it can go to zero. Maybe Bitcoin disappears from the face of the earth. But I would be more worried. Quantum computers can not only crack down crypto, it can crack down the entire digital banking system. And eventually, that is much more dangerous than cracking down Bitcoin, right? So let's go. Short now. Let's talk about the internal levels here. Let's talk about internal scenarios here for Bitcoin. Let's do a little bit of higher time frame analysis. Volume is still relatively low here. I really need a little bit of a range formation. Yeah, need a bit of a range, guys. This is still very aggressive to the downside. We have formed a local low, and we have just about touched the 236 Fibonacci retracement, where we are getting that small little rejection. at the moment from the high to the low. So we can start, this could be the start of a range formation with the low or without the low. And then tomorrow will be a little bit more clearer, right? We love ranges. We love a little bit of the price action stopping. Then we can use Fibonacci tools, analyze the waves where we are in, just like we did just a couple of days ago, right? Where we were very much aware of previous day point of control, holding here, getting above, sweeping the highs, coming back down. And when you start bottoming out and forming some waves, then you can analyze those waves very carefully to look at the, the different projections that could happen, right? Right now, we could be starting to form a range. We could be starting to form a range, okay? So now is where we come to the next conclusion, right? When we analyzed a wave down here just a few days ago, I'm not sure if any of you guys remembers, where was it? It was a beautiful trading setup. I did get into that short position, shared on the updates and the live stream, but it was, where was it? Can't remember. It was in the last couple of days. I think, oh yeah, there it is. It was this wave 4 right over here, right? So we got the drop. We analyzed this situation, and we'll go through this scenario right away. I'll give you that brief explanation right away. So we got the major drop aggressively, and we started bottoming out. Here is where I entered the short. I shared the short on the live stream, and we were looking at least the 382 to be hit, right? We were speculating on a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. Of course, throughout that live stream, we were trading here. And I gave you multiple different scenarios. One of them is going to play out. We were speculating on a possible ABC flat here, A, B, C flat, going to the 382 50%, and then coming down, or just a regular ABC. It ended up with a higher low, so it was just a regular zigzag ABC coming all the way up to the 382 Fibonacci. That is the zone where we were interested in that short. I gave you a red box to say, guys, this is the shorting range. This is the stop loss level above the peak low. And your target zone, your first target zone is the lows, right? Speculating on that next wave to the downside to claim the lows for you to start entering a trade at the 382. And we just gently tapped the 382, guys, but it's already in the zone. This was explained on the live stream or video update live stream, I think, from the 3rd of September, right? I'm not going to pull it out here. It's something that has been mentioned. No sugarcoating. The live stream is there. This was the exact scenario and setup that was mentioned on the live stream. ABC flat. And if we would have come to claim the bottom, I did mention that a double bottom here is very much a good long setup to come all the way up to the local highs. Basically this one. It's a good long setup just to this local high, right? Why, you may ask? Because in this wave to the downside, it would be extremely rare to just retrace to the 236 Fibonacci and find power to impulsively move to the downside without retracing to the 382 50%. When you have such small retracements, it is unlikely in this kind of analysis that we did talk about on the 3rd of September on Tuesday. It's rare that we would break down successfully because we would want at least the 382 to be hit. I mean, the 236 is a minimum requirement for a wave 4, but it's rare. It's extremely rare. Most of the times you do get to 382 and 50%. So that is when you use the probabilities and the setups and the scenarios to say, okay, if we've only bounced to the 236 and we're still dancing around here, you need to come to the conclusion that an ABC flat is definitely possible, especially with this round formation where you are speculating on that movement here to form this. It ended up in a regular zigzag. We did not claim that low. So overall, coming to the 382 and then smacking back down. The main reason why I'm explaining this, guys, is because this is what we're going to talk about right away. Okay? This is what we are going to talk about right away with this price action right over here. So now it's where it gets interesting. You can count this right now as the price has stopped here throughout the last couple of hours. We have found an internal level where the price is reacting. It's taking a breather to either continue to the downside very aggressively or to get a bounce. So moving down right now ever so slightly. When we take a look at this pivot high to the pivot low, we have retraced to the 236. I would say it's a relatively shallow, because if not, you would have to continue to the downside. It's a relatively shallow pullback. We're getting the movement down. Would I consider, let me just take a look at Fibonacci from this pivot. Yeah. So we just retraced to the, yeah, we haven't had a proper retracement here, guys. We move, if not, we are still inside that impulse. If we crack down here and we drop, you know, $500, we are still in the impulsive move. So when you start taking a look at fib levels, we're taking a look at this as one impulsive move, right? Maybe even continues to be one impulse to the downside. When we take a look at this impulse, if we take this pivot low, we've only tapped the 236 Fibonacci. This is where we are rejecting at the moment. And it's coming down. So 236 providing that resistance. It's a shallow pullback. It's a shallow pullback to get a significant drop of $500 or $1,000, right? Say that, you know, it's a significant shallow pullback for the price to gain power, to get a drop now of over $1,000, right? It would be extremely rare that that happens. So you come to the conclusion that the 236 right now after this round formation is not enough for the price to break down with power. So yeah, ABC scenarios in a flat, in a zigzag is without a doubt a possibility. It's a high chance. Now we need to come to the conclusion here on what wave we are in right now from the last few days. And I haven't been doing some analysis on micro counts. It's gone a little bit crazy today. But yeah, we'd have to do that on a separate video. So, you know, this could still be a very, very powerful third wave that is just extremely moving to lower levels. Yeah, so I would have to do that very, very carefully to look at the different projections. But overall, if we were to get a bounce right now from this zone, if we were to get a wick down, I would be a little bit skeptical. Of course, this could still be continuation to the downside. But if we wick down from this low and then we get the rise, I would still speculate on the possibility of 382, 50% to actually maintain the level of resistance, preferably without overlapping this low. And of course, this could be inside of a major corrective structure. We would have to take a look at different scenarios, but I'm not going to do that now because it's going to take quite a bit of time. So yeah, preferably you do not overlap this pivot right there if you do get that bounce from this zone. And I would start paying attention to the 382 and 50% Fibonacci. 50% Fibonacci would be already coming all the way up to this level. So 382 would be definitely looking quite interesting for a major reaction and a corrective move. With or without claiming this local low here. Just because we've only retraced to the 236 from here. So if we do start forming a little bit of this right now, you can definitely look at this as a corrective structure, and then the price potentially rolling back down. 236 would be a shallow pullback to continue with power to the downside. And if that were to be the case, if we were to get a drop of over $1,000 right now, you have to come to the conclusion that this is still part of the impulse, right? This is still very much part of the impulse. But yeah, I don't think we will break down like $1,000 from here. So yeah, without a doubt, if we do get a movement to the upside, then that gives you the potential power, right? The 382 would start to be a level to speculate on that potential drop back down to the lows. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we have crossed the golden pocket in the end, guys. We have crossed the golden pocket. So I would say that lower levels is very much likely to the 7-8. And this is like going to the sweet spot. This is like you hold here, because if you get down to the 0.88, very close to the lows, it's just going to be okay, we're going to get down to 49k if we do hit 50k, without a doubt, right? You're just $1,000 away. You're too close. But this is going to be the level, right? As we've lost the 61865, I do believe that any movements up are likely still going to be pullbacks, right? There's still going to be corrective moves, and we're probably going to get down to the 7-8 Fibonacci and getting beneath even this low, right? Getting this right, really dangerous formation. We really need to go sideways for a few days here to believe of any higher time frame reversals, guys. Keeping it simple. If you are speculating right now that this is going to maintain our support, I'm entering long positions here, and I'm going to be adding to the position because we will find support. We will bounce. 49k will not be hit. It's dangerous, guys. With this movement down, it's still dangerous. We'd rather see proof of support, form a little bit of a range, and then we can analyze projections. We can analyze projections, signs of strength. Okay, guys, we're starting to break a little bit of momentum. Look for these internal swing long positions at certain levels. When we've waterfalled down today to this level, it's like chill. We're going to form a range. We're going to find beautiful setups, just like we have been doing throughout the last few days and throughout the last few weeks and throughout the last few months. Not all of them, obviously. I'm not always right. Nobody's always right in trading. I try to stay as realistic and look at the scenarios and good risk management, guys, where we could get into the setup. But the last few days have been really good with the different scenarios that could happen, right? So right now it's just been waterfall down to this area. It's still very soon. This could get another drop of 1,000, 2,000, right? Get that pressure on the bulls here. Get to the 7-8. Get maybe a little bounce, right? Form, a range. Very much still in bearish context, okay? So if you want to look for the next scalp day trade short, I would say as we're bottoming out here, we do have a chance in getting a larger relief rally, okay? This is moved down. We consolidated. We just hit the 236 fib. It would be rare to see the price dropping down another $1,000. It would be rare, okay? I wouldn't say it's not possible. It would be rare. That means that you're still down in the impulse. But for the moment, you are finding a little bit of an internal range. If this internal range gets that bounce, well, obviously the 382 50% is starting to be your interest zone to look for that short, right? Wait for a bit of a larger pump, larger relief to get into the short to come and claim the lows. So yeah, it does look like that we could range a little bit and we could get a larger relief. So based on this price action that we formed, right? Based on this price action that we formed throughout the last couple of hours. It's finding a little bit of, it's grounding off here a little bit. So we could get a larger relief for a better short position, and obviously keeping it simple would be in between 382 and 50%. 382 likely already going to get, when you're moving down aggressively, 382 is very much respectful, especially with this big powerful move down. When you get big powerful moves down, 382, you usually get small pullbacks, and 382 being the most common one when you're moving down very aggressively, right? The pullbacks don't get to the 7/8 Fibonacci when you're moving down so aggressively. How much would you need to, how much, Pac-Man is asking here, how much would you need to trade and earn a living? Well, it really depends on your lifestyle, right? If you are living, spending $1,000, $2,000 a month, well, realistically, I would say that at least you would need a cushion of $20,000, okay, to live out of trading, right? If you're spending around about $1,000 a month, you would need at least $20,000 to basically live off trading. If you're spending about $1,000 to $2,000, if you spend $5,000 a month, you at least need to have over $50,000. You're looking to get 5-10% profit a month realistically from trading, right? The people that say you're making 50% of profits in a week, you know, I got to stay, you know, this is unreal, right? This is unreal. The profit zone is in between 5 and 15% on average. That is already realistic. That's profitable. Traders do make that 5 to 15% monthly. People that say that are making 50%, you know, it's like it's unreal. So realistically, it depends on how much you spend, right? If you're happy with $1,000, you know, you would in between 1,000 and 2,000. If you have 5,000 for trading, I'm going to say you're not going to make it. You know, you're not going to make it with $5,000 if you're looking to make $1,000 a month with 5,000. It's very difficult. You're going to have a lot of pressure. You need a big cushion of money to make money and have good risk management, right? Just get into very, very good quality trading setups. And obviously, if you want to make 5,000 a month, right? $5,000 a month, you would at least need about $50,000, right, to try and achieve to make $5,000 in that month, only getting into quality day trading setups, right? So yeah, full-time trading, absolutely. Full-time trading for the last few years now. I started in 2017, and 2017, very bad. 2018, also very bad. Starting to get into break even and profitable throughout 2019. And 2019 was my best year because I was managing to be consistently profitable, and I had 5 months in profit, and I blew those 5 months of profit in one single trade in less than 1 week. So, you know, this is the thing. You can step up very nicely. Your ego starts to build, your emotions. You think you're the best trader in the world, and you lose that consistency by taking bad decisions. And I got into a bad decision swing trade where I was adding to the position. I was hoping for a reversal, and the swing, this is why I don't swing trade anymore. I day trade. I get in and I get out. I got into a very toxic swing trade, and I lost my entire 5 months of profit. So it's like you're stepping up those squares, and you're stepping up on the stairs, right? Getting those profits. And I was back to square one after 5 months of being profitable. This happens consistently. For every trader that starts off the first few years, they're going to get being a losing trader throughout the months into a break-even trader, and that is when things start to rocket. But you can step back if you're not responsible with your risk management very, very fast, and that was my best learning lesson in 2019. I was 5 months consistent profits, and I blew it up. I blew it up because I got in a very toxic swing trade that I was adding to the position, and I got exterminated. I got liquidated. 5 months of profits. So, and that's a very good lesson. That's a very good lesson. You need to go through those devastating losing events, right? That you blow up an account and you blow up 3 months worth of profit that you've built up, or 4 months or 5 months. This is extremely good. It's a very good learning lesson. And this is why I'm very defensive and I'm very careful, and I'm in him and I'm out. So it's all part of the learning curve, right? So yeah, devastating, guys. It does happen, right? It does happen. 2019, and I had the worst week. That was a very bad week. I was devastated. I was still working in my 9-to-5 job as a welder. I quit my job in 2020 thanks to crypto investing and to trading, and started YouTube as well in 2020. I had the money, I had the time, so yeah, bull run over. But yeah, all of these stages throughout your trading career is very important, guys. Very, very important. Get break even, get profitable, and burn all of those profits that you made in several months. And it's all, the market will humble you, no matter how good you think you are. And that was the best moment. That was the moment where I obviously started being consistent throughout the last few years, thanks to that losing trade that burnt 5 months of hard work, being responsible with trading setups. And it's just something that a trader needs to go through. A trader needs to go through that, because if you don't go through that, you will take bad decisions, right? You will lose. All of this is good for your trading career, obviously. So everybody loses at the beginning. Everybody loses. Everybody is not consistent and loses. It's just the nature of trading. It's just if you want to be consistent, then you need to go through all of these different phases. So yeah. Remember, 30-40% dips are completely normal in a bull market. It is very true. It is very true. Nothing has changed, says Flat Smart here. Yeah, we do have, I mean, look at this dip right over here that we did have in this bull market from 2021. We did have a very, very strong 30% pullback, and we did continue to the upside. This one right over here was 16%, 17% pullback. You would say that this is in the middle, early stages of the bull run back in 2019 and 20. But yeah, these yes, pullbacks are very much, but we live in interesting times, guys. You know, even myself, I believe in the 4-year cycle. I believe the Bitcoin halving has just happened a few months ago. I believe that Bitcoin should be going to higher levels, but we live in slightly different times at the moment. Things are not looking too great. We're going to start seeing interest rate cuts, and that is usually when we jump into a recession. The data is inevitable. Bitcoin did not exist in the recession of 2008, right? The financial crisis that we had. Bitcoin was not here. So Bitcoin hasn't gone through a proper recession. We've only got into the 2020 C19 quick recession. Very quick. Money printer went on so fast that all the stocks and crypto and everything got a V-shaped recovery, right? Who remembers that? It all depends on how fast the money printer goes on after entering a recession. Because a recession could last 2 months, it could last 20 months, it could last a few years, just like in 2029. And a lot of people like to compare, it's like 2029, it's like 2029. The recession that we get in now is not going to recover in 6, 12, 18 months like we have been doing throughout the last few decades. Recessions that we've had throughout the last few decades have recovered in just a few months, in between 6 and 12 months. 2008, yeah, it was devastating, but from 2010, 2011, everything started recovering very, very fast. C19 has been the quickest recession that we've had in the last few decades. It's just been a money printer go on, inflation go up. It's been a very, very quick recession because money printer went on very, very fast and everybody was getting bailed out and pays and everything. So it was just a little bump, which obviously has brought a lot of problems, right? Inflation has gone up a lot since the C19 crash because of that. So yeah, we are used to, or I mean, not me, in 2000, I was just 10 years old, but the generations, right? Our parents, grandfathers have only gone through small little recessions of 6 to 18 months. Some of them have been 6 months, some have been 12 months, small little recessions. We have never seen a big major recession like the depression in 2029. And it's been, you could say, people are believing that that's a 100-year cycle. We are in a 100-year cycle right now in civilization, and we are in that depression phase that we are going to enter in the next coming years, or maybe in the next coming months. It's without a doubt speculation as well, guys. We could enter a small recession, and money printer might go on, inflation might go up quite a bit, and we're just gonna kick the can down the road a few more years, and then the bigger recession will come in 2028, 2029. We just don't know, guys. We just don't know. And eventually, a lot of people believing that Bitcoin is the saver. We even have big players, institutions, but should we trust them? Should we say that eventually Bitcoin, a lot of institutions, once they see the current monetary system break down based on inflation and not under control, then everybody would want to have gold and Bitcoin? I'm not too sure about that. If we enter a deep recession, I can already tell you that Bitcoin is going to take the hit with the stock market and with everything. It's just, look at 2009 and 2020 when we had the C19 crash. Bitcoin got one of the biggest corrective moves in a short period of time that it's ever had. Over 60% in a matter of 1 week, right? In a matter less than a week. And if you do take a look at 2-3 weeks from the top, in less than 1 month, it got a 65% corrective move. So yeah, without a doubt, if shit hits the fan, guys, worldwide, then yeah, we could see a devastating bear market for Bitcoin. But that will be kind of the last one, right? This would be without a doubt, this would be the zone to I would say that it's not going to get below 15K, but if it does, we're just going to have to buy more, hold on into the bags, right? We get rich with Bitcoin, or we die with Bitcoin and staying poor, right? As they say, run for the hills. Yes, exactly. Get 10,000 tins of baked beans and run for the hills. BTC is a hedge against inflation. Doesn't matter what anyone says. Yeah, without a doubt. But these instant recession and collapses, okay? Yeah, you do not want to be scared when you get these major events. If we were to get a sudden collapse for a few weeks, take advantage of DCAing very aggressive that dip. It's going to buy the dip, keeps dipping. This is the strategy of DCAing. You buy the dip and it keeps dipping. You continue to buy the dip till it goes to zero. Because at some point you will benefit from buying the dip wherever you did here. At some point in the next coming years, you will benefit from what you've been DCAing down here. So if that were to be the case, it's a losing strategy in the short term, but it's a guaranteed winning strategy in the long term. So you know the deal, right? It's a guaranteed winning strategy in the long term to DCA on big major crashing events. You just need to go through it, guys. It's part of the game. I'm not buying Bitcoin though now. I'm happy with the Bitcoin that I've bought throughout the last few years, and I would consider buying if we do start dropping below 49k. The moment we start dropping here below 49k, I will consider the DCAing strategy to be activated. But not now. I'm very much aware that we could drop down below 49k successfully or unsuccessfully. I don't know if it's going to be a swing failure pattern from the lows, or it's going to dip down aggressively and we go into the low 40k levels. But I would already consider buying Bitcoin, right, as an investment, as I have been doing throughout the years, right? Buffett selling billions in shares. Have cash, guys, on the sidelines. Have cash on the sidelines. I've been saying this throughout the last few months as well, guys. I'm saying, look, I do have significant cash on the sidelines. I am quite fully in crypto. But I would be willing to ride the losses in the next, well, not the unrealized losses, throughout the next coming months, even couple of years, right? But we need to have some cash, guys. Without a doubt, for the next, you need to have at least 6 months of supply, right? As they say, or 3 months, right? What do they say? You need to have at least 3 months or 6 months of supply. Thanks to God that I do have more than that to live several years without working or anything. But I would use some of that capital without a doubt to invest. The problem that I had here in the C19 crash is I did not have enough cash. I was already fully into crypto, and I wasn't heavily, I didn't have much. This was the moment of my trading career, right? 2019 was starting to be profitable and break even. I blew an account, right, where I had 5 months of profit, and this was the moment where I was already quite heavily. I had a couple of $10,000. I had a few Bitcoin. I had a lot of altcoins. A few $1,000s worth of altcoins that really made me a significant amount of cash with this rally. But I did not have enough cash to buy this event. I think I just put around about $2,000. I only had $2,000 spare because I had to have cash for the living, for the, pay electric and, your lifestyle, right? And to eat. And I could only afford to put $2,000 into this dip. I was very much excited. I was saying, wow, this is it. This is it. I've learned about these are the events that we need to invest. And I only had $2,000 and I wish I had more. So now I'm very much prepared for the next major big event. I would actually be happy for a devastating depression phase for the next coming years because I am prepared from what I learned back in 2020. It's been 4 years now already. So managed to build up capital, and I would be excited if Bitcoin were to dip like this and altcoins. I would say, hell yeah, bring it on. Bitcoin to zero, I will buy down to zero without a doubt, because I am prepared. I have the significant amount of cash on the sidelines for that event, guys. So because that's what I learned from here. What I regret more from this event is throughout the last few years of learning trading, technical analysis, investment, that it was still too soon. I was only 2 years in the game, still learning, and I just didn't have enough cash. So now any event that happens throughout the next coming months and years, I am kind of 50-50 into crypto and into cash. I would say bring it on. Calm down. Let's go, baby. It's time to buy for the next coming years. So anyway, same. I'm ready for cash. Send it to $100. I dare you. That would be devastating. I wouldn't say that low. I would start to be very scared if Bitcoin were to go to $5,000. That is the moment that I would be kind of, aren't these institutions buying? What's going on? Guys, what is going on? I'm worried now. I am worried we would have to continue buying eventually, but I am definitely worried right now. I don't think that would be the case. There's too many big players in the game, guys. That's really an unreal target zone, in my opinion. There's too many big players, guys, at the moment that would be very much interested in buying Bitcoin at $40,000. Never mind $20,000. There will be buying pressure already at $40,000, right? 9K. Yeah, we do have a CME futures gap at $9,000. Let's not forget about that, right? Let's not forget about the CME futures gap that we do have at $9,000, guys. It is down there. There's one at $20,000, guys. There is one at $20,000. There is a CME futures gap at $20,000. There is one there. But there is also one at $9,000, guys. Where is it? It's still there. It's still there. That gap that was formed in July of 2020 was not filled on the CME futures gap, guys. So 9K. Let's go. Bring it on. Oh my God, I would be so happy to get Bitcoin down to 9K if it to buy there. Yeah, without a doubt. Back to $16,000, says Kelly. Short the market now. It's going lower. It is breaking down a little bit, right? We did not get that bounce to the 382. Just about, I would say that this is still continuation of the trend if it breaks down successfully. If we move down successfully to the downside, this would still have to be part of an impulse. It's still part of the impulse here if we have not retraced to at least the 382. Let's talk about some news things, guys. Thanks for being here, joining. Just a chilled Friday evening or morning, depending on where you are. We have Ripple co-founder and executive chairman has officially thrown his support behind Kamala Harris in her run for president. $180 million Tether transferred from an unknown wallet to Binance. And they say that this would be to buy the dip. But it keeps dipping, right? Not too much interesting. Mr. 100. This is, guys, we know if we want to know people that are actually buying, this is on the blockchain, so we could not lie about this. This is actually on the blockchain and we can see the wallet. Mr. 100 strikes again with quadruple buy at 56K. Well, he's down on that Bitcoin already, but he's buying the dip. This person or group of persons or company, I think it was someone told me, I think it's a South Korean exchange, cryptocurrency exchange, that is buying consistently, and the wallet is just pumping and growing. But yeah, yesterday bought 400 Bitcoin. I'm not sure today, maybe we'll see the data tomorrow, but he keeps buying quite aggressively, right? 400 Bitcoin just yesterday is a significant amount, and he just keeps buying and buying. Bitcoin inflows and outflows. We have been seeing the ETF outflows, but a lot of people get this confused. People that do buy the ETF, Bitcoin ETF, it is not exactly BlackRock or these big institutions that do so. It is big institutions, but this is kind of retail mindset as well. The ETFs, it is, anybody could buy a Bitcoin ETF through BlackRock. Anybody, I could buy it. And you are retail, right? So what is interesting to see that they have been buying the pumps. Inflows have been going up as the price is pumping, and it has been going down. There has been outflows as the price is dropping. And it's like, shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't it be? So a lot of them probably are selling at a loss, guys. If you do take a look at the chart of the buys of the ETF and the sells, you have to come to the conclusion that a lot of them are selling at a realized loss. And what is curious to see is this could also be a topping or a bottom signal. Throughout the last few months, okay, this doesn't mean that anybody could buy a Bitcoin ETF, right? Of institutions, businesses. You can see how one of the highest inflows, was at all-time high. One of the highest outflows was at the lows here, which was, basically, I'm not sure if it was this peak or this one, but it was basically at the bottom before getting a major rise. And you could see this one right there. The biggest outflow was at the bottom, basically, right? And then after a few weeks, we got a major rebound here. And then the next big inflow was just when we formed a top here at the $72,000 range, right? This was back in June. The two highest inflows were here and here, and the biggest outflow was here. So they have, buying here, selling here, and buying here most aggressively throughout the last few months. So it could be a pretty good indicator for the bottom is in, right? If the outflows suddenly spike up here on the ETF, just like we did in June, if we do see a massive spike on outflows in the next coming days or coming weeks, we could really believe that a local bottom at least is in, right? So you can use it as a kind of an indicator. And the outflows have been going quite aggressive throughout the last few days. Just on Tuesday was 287 million. Just yesterday it was 211 million worth of Bitcoin worth of outflows. So they are selling the dips. Brr. I think we are at the bottom supporting line of the elongated bull flag. Yeah. Revenge trading been there. Revenge trading, you have been there, says 3 white soldiers. Fear and greed index is at 22. This is definitely good. Get it down to 10. When we do take a look at the fear and greed index, without a doubt, throughout the last several years, this is a good territory already to be in, right? Fear and greed index is getting to extreme fear, and yeah, obviously, when we do get to extreme fear for a few weeks, we do get a major rebound at some point. So it's still relatively soon. We could definitely consolidate for several weeks at the extreme fear, guys, and go to 49k sub. It's definitely possible. But that would be the moment to start getting excited. This is why, for me, regarding DCA on Bitcoin, this would, below 49k, I would reactivate the DCA strategy and start buying every single week. Legends. Don't short the bottom, folks. Well, we don't know if it's the bottom, but yeah, this is not the greatest zone to short at the lows. You want to short the bouncers if possible. Like I said, I do think that it's finding a little bit of support throughout the last few hours. If you want to speculate on a short, you want to try and speculate on the 382, right? This has been an aggressive move. This would be a shallow pullback at the 236. If you start rebounding at 382, 50% is the moment you would try to speculate on that movement down back to the lows, just like we have been doing throughout the last few days, right? We are finding some local support here. So you don't want to short right now. Just being aware of your stop loss, right, and your risk management, right? It might slight relief rally here throughout the next coming hours. So it's not the greatest level to enter a short at the lows, right, from the range. I think 52 is likely this night. Very possible, without a doubt, guys. I'm going to keep it chilled throughout the weekend. The only trade that I had open that I did close yesterday was, which I took most of the profits, as mentioned on the live stream, was the short from the 382 Fibonacci. From the 382 Fib. No, sorry, my bad. This one right over here, which was the 1.618 extension. This was the short that I still had, but I closed it all. I closed all of it already with the drop. We mentioned this on a live stream just on Wednesday, guys, and I didn't pop it up here. But these are the scenarios that we mentioned throughout the last few days, and that was an epic level and epic prediction, guys. Have to say, looking for that short on that possible scenario. I'm not sure if it was this live stream right over here. Yeah, there it is. The $58,300 range was the level to enter the short. I did enter that short, but already closed all of it with the drop. This was an epic level, epic analysis, guys. Go and watch that video. It's from Wednesday. Just really going very technical with the scenarios, and played out very nicely, which was this movement right over here. Absolutely golden. Looking for that ABC 1.618 extension. That, my goodness, played out very nicely. 50% got a small reaction, but overall the next target zone was that 1.618 that played out to the T. Legends, thank you very much. I'm going to have a beautiful weekend. Chill out. If we go to lower levels, let it be. Stay safe with your trading. I might do a video update tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for joining. Remember that you do have incredible bonuses with the exchanges. Down below, you got bluffing with a 10% cashback, all right, from your initial deposit, and those airdrops on Bybit that you can claim it. It's a free position, guys. Free position that you can have once you sign up with the link down below. Okay, you have the links down below here, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Stay safe, trade safe, have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.